KR says, I have many names for him, but I was typing, but I was trying to think of some Ed might not feel were inappropriate for us, for a pastor to use. I don't expect him to call him Orange Diddy, for example. Yeah, there's many things. I don't know. I hear you. There's not many words that I won't use, but I really do want to be very careful. I genuinely do. It's so easy to fall into that place of being angry, and it's so easy to fall into a habit of allowing cynicism to become negative. And I know, well, isn't cynicism? No, it isn't. Cynicism as a philosophy, as a way of seeing the world, is not inherently negative. It's very much about observation and then learning from those observations, but not condemnation. But when you observe as much as we observe, and when you observe as much as we are fed, like we're given a lot to observe, it's real easy. It's real easy to fall into that place of condemnation. And I, for myself, I don't want that to happen. I suspect as a priest, a Christian priest, if all I did were to condemn, I suspect we'd have a dandy old time, and I suspect our numbers would probably explode. But I don't want that in life, and I don't want that to be the product of our time together. Yeah, we're going to observe what's happening in the world. We're going to see it. We're going to see it as good, and we're going to see it as bad. But the point isn't for us to condemn. The point for us is to grow. So, quiet, piggy. We could talk for 20 minutes about how awful that is. Easy. We could talk forever about how gross that is and how sick a person must be to say that to another human being, especially another professional, a person just doing their job. And they're just doing their job. See, I can fall into that right now. It's something else for us to learn from it. Okay, I'm not supposed to talk that way to people. I'm supposed to respect people. I'm supposed to make sure that my tongue doesn't get me in trouble. Right? I'm supposed to make sure my mouth doesn't get me in trouble. I'm supposed to spend time conquering my words, being aware that I have the tendency to say nasty things, and therefore to conquer that behavior, because it's going to get me in trouble. It's going to get me in trouble. It's going to hurt a lot of people. We can learn from it. We can learn from, I can tell you what I don't want to see going forward in the future, and therefore what we should be trying to offer. We should be living our lives like Jesus. We should be influencing people as Jesus influenced them. We should be leading people to be influenced by Jesus, not by somebody who freaks out on their phone with their thumbs in the middle of the night, not by somebody who freaks out at lawmakers who are really just asking people to follow the law. We learn from it. That's the only reason. That's the only reason that observation is necessary. If all we're going to do is condemn those people that we observe with one another, yeah, again, it might be fun, but it really doesn't alleviate any of the anxiety. It really doesn't help our community become something better. It really doesn't help us to become something better. There's too much nasty stuff going on in the world right now. We've got to redeem it somehow. We have to redeem it somehow. And I think learning from it is the first step. Amen.